Over here, fool.
Ender Lily's Quietus of the Nights carries a somber yet striking tone with its hand-drawn art style and atmospheric world. The combat feels rewarding, with each defeated spirit adding fresh abilities that open new paths and strategies. The melancholic soundtrack complements the scenery perfectly, creating a sense of calm even in tense battles. Boss fights are demanding but fair, pushing careful timing and adaptation. As a whole, it is a deeply memorable journey that lingers long after the credits roll. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist impresses with its atmospheric world, fluid combat, and emotionally rich storytelling. The hand-drawn art style pairs perfectly with the melancholic soundtrack, creating a sense of wonder and melancholy throughout the journey. Every encounter feels meaningful, and the progression system rewards exploration without feeling overwhelming. This is a soulful action RPG that stays with the player long after the final boss is defeated, making it a standout in the genre for its heart and depth. Beneath its simple stick figure art lies one of the wittiest RPGs set in the Wild West. A cowpoke ventures out, choosing a class before stumbling into a frontier packed with absurd quests and otter townsfolk. Every interaction rewards curiosity, hiding clever puzzles, and genuinely funny writing behind quiet moments. Branching paths, secret areas, and distinct class abilities give strong reason to replay from scratch. The minimalist visuals complement the comedy perfectly, a remarkably sharp RPG built entirely on wit, charm, and impeccable comedic rhythm. Gordian Quest is a masterful mix of deck-building strategy, RPG progression, and roguelike exploration. Each hero feels distinct, with unique skill trees that make team composition genuinely rewarding. The combat is layered and tactical, demanding thoughtful positioning and resource management. Randomized maps and evolving challenges keep each run feeling fresh, while the art style and soundtrack enhance immersion. It's the kind of adventure that keeps tempting one back for just one more run, with every session feeling like a new journey to conquer. Gothic Victorian dread saturates this tactical masterpiece. Hunters stalk monsters through a fog-choked landscape, relying on stealth and sharp senses to survive. Combat emphasizes positioning and resource scarcity, where every move demands foresight against overwhelming odds. Customizing hunter loadouts and upgrading camps provides deep strategic utility for long-term campaigns. Dark, washed-out tones capture the grim, oppressive mood perfectly. A punishing yet deeply rewarding tactical saga that rewards cold, calculated resolve. Music becomes the weapon in this unique new rhythm adventure, blending action and narrative depth. Young Jimmy navigates memories where every battle syncs to the great score crafted by legends. Combat flows seamlessly between genres, demanding timing and adaptation rather than raw speed alone. Hidden tracks and multiple endings reward repeated playthroughs with revelations about the old past. Vibrant pixel visuals pulse alongside the audio, creating immersive sensory connection throughout stage. An ambitious title that merges storytelling and gameplay into cohesive, memorable performance.
Using your phone.
Digimon Survive feels like a thoughtful mix of visual novel storytelling and tactical battles, creating a game that balances narrative weight with strategic choices. The characters are engaging, their bonds growing deeper as the journey progresses, and decisions feel meaningful, with consequences that keep the tension alive. The art style is striking, with detailed environments and expressive portraits that enhance every scene. Combat, while not overly complex, adds variety and stakes to the story, a unique title that rewards patience and thoughtful play.
They must.
Digimon World Next Order is an RPG in which players are digi-destined to restore order in the digital world after Machine Dramon has taken over. The goal is to discover and enlist as many devoted Digimon partners as possible in order to reconstruct the digital world. Players can select a male or female protagonist and take on adventures with over 200 Digimon to acquire. To avoid greater devastation, they must strike a balance between training and exploration. Players may create Flotaya, a bustling town where they can recruit new Digimon, renovate buildings, cultivate crops, and more.
Together, your bond will bring you to victory.
Demon Turf comes alive with bold visuals and a unique attitude that sets it apart from most 3D platformers. The mix of 2D characters and 3D environments gives it a fresh, standout look. Combat is more about clever movement than button mashing, and the platforming challenges reward creativity and timing. The humor hits just right, and the world feels like it's built with real care. There's a confident energy in every level, and the freedom to place checkpoints adds a cool layer of strategy that makes replaying levels feel worthwhile. Astria Ascending is a fascinating turn-based game set in the lovely world of Orcanon, with 5 towns populated by diverse species and over 20 dungeons. With almost 50 hours of action, players may engage in mini-games, shoot-em-ups, a fantasy-themed card game, and environmental puzzles. The game is geared for a mature audience, providing an immersive experience with adult characters. Players can fight over 200 different monsters and summon legendary creatures to trigger Cosmo breaks. 8 customizable characters represent various races and abilities. Feudal Alloy is a surprisingly charming action RPG that mixes exploration, combat, and light puzzle solving in a unique underwater medieval world. Controlling a small robot knight, every encounter feels engaging thanks to responsive controls and well-paced challenges. The art style is detailed and appealing, giving the game a distinct personality without feeling cluttered. Progression feels rewarding as you upgrade abilities and gear. It's a satisfying experience for anyone who enjoys thoughtful combat and clever level design in a compact package. They Always Run is a stylish action platformer that hooks you right away with its mix of fluid combat and sharp level design. Playing as a 3-armed bounty hunter feels unique, with the extra limb adding a fun twist to fights and exploration. The game balances quick action with light story elements that keep things moving without slowing you down. Its hand-drawn art gives every world personality, and the soundtrack fits perfectly with the pace. It's a game that rewards skill while still feeling approachable, making each run exciting. Shadows Over Loathing is a humorous and deliciously strange RPG that will have you smiling from beginning to end. Its hand-drawn stick figure visuals may appear simplistic, but the game is jam-packed with witty text, outrageous comedy, and unexpectedly complicated gameplay. The turn-based combat is entertaining and adaptable, allowing for unusual constructions and innovative problem-solving. Every place is full of weird personalities and absurd missions that make exploration enjoyable. If you enjoy odd comedy and brilliant storytelling, this will make you laugh aloud. Treachery in Beatdown City mixes classic beat-em-up action with clever RPG strategy, creating a refreshing twist on the genre. The combat system encourages planning moves carefully while still keeping the energy of street fights intact. Its humor, social commentary, and diverse cast give the game plenty of personality, making each encounter memorable. The retro-inspired visuals and catchy soundtrack add to the vibe, turning what could have been a simple brawler into something that feels inventive and worth returning to often. Robotic Rebellion finds its purest expression in this fast-paced, action-packed platformer. A lone droid hero fights through crumbling infrastructure to stop an army of machines from plunging the world into chaos. Momentum is everything here, as combat rewards, aggressive movement, and precise strikes. Hidden upgrades throughout each sector invite exploration, allowing characters to specialize and tackle foes with newfound power. Crisp pixel art and an energetic soundtrack drive the intensity forward. A polished, exhilarating title that feels like a classic reborn. Wild Bastards is a stylish roguelike shooter with a distinct mix of first-person gunplay and tactical decision-making. Its comic book art direction pops with personality, while the cast of outlaw misfits keeps each encounter fresh. Strategic planning on the star map blends seamlessly with frantic firefights, creating a satisfying loop of risk and reward. The varied enemy types and evolving character upgrades encourage experimentation, making each run feel unique. This is a sharp and memorable ride through a chaotic space western. Kraken Odyssey is a frantic 3D action racing game in which players rush to save their abducted sibling, Volpe. The game transports players through a variety of environments, including beaches, jungles, mountains, and dungeons. To become the coolest Kraken, players must dodge danger and select one of several outfits. Key aspects include sprinting at high speeds, jumping to avoid dangers, and crossing the finish line. There are more than 30 diverse stages with quests and awards, and players may obtain a variety of outfits to morph into the coolest Kraken. Fueled Up is a chaotic and hilarious co-op experience where teamwork is everything. Players race against time to refuel and repair spaceships while dodging hazards, putting communication and quick thinking to the test. The blend of frantic gameplay and colorful visuals creates an energy that never fades, especially when playing with friends. Every mission feels like a juggling act of fun, fire, and fuel leaks, making each round unpredictable in the best way. It's the perfect blend of humor, teamwork, and pure, unfiltered chaos. Eternal Hope is a thoughtful puzzle platformer that captures attention with its quiet charm. The game follows a boy searching for his lost love, moving between the living world and the shadowy beyond. Its hand-drawn art is gentle and expressive, giving each scene a storybook quality that fits the emotional tone. Puzzles are straightforward but satisfying, keeping the pace steady without frustration. The atmosphere invites reflection, while the journey feels personal and moving. The journey feels personal, touching in a way that lingers after the credits. Few games capture the quiet joy of caring for the natural world with such sincerity. Young Alba returns to a Mediterranean island to visit her grandparents, only to find its wildlife sanctuary under threat. Exploring coastal trails, marshlands, and ancient ruins at an easygoing pace, photographing creatures and rallying townsfolk creates a loop that feels genuinely restorative. A detailed wildlife catalog grows steadily, encouraging thorough exploration of every hidden corner. Painterly visuals and delicate acoustic guitar tracks reinforce the island's warmth without overstatement. Vintage cartoon aesthetics mask something far more sinister within. Lana, a brave young orphan, navigates a cursed orphanage where innocence meets nightmarish peril. Gameplay balances tense exploration with puzzle solving and careful evasion under threat. Secrets and alternate routes encourage thorough investigation across playthroughs. Hand-drawn animation echoing 1930s cartoons creates an unsettling yet beautiful atmosphere. A haunting score deepens every tense moment. By Sweet Carole delivers a striking fusion of nostalgic visuals and genuine horror. Creepy Tales walks a shadowy line between fairy tale and nightmare, creating a dark world that's both eerie and intriguing. The hand-drawn art style oozes atmosphere, with twisted visuals that stick in the mind. Puzzles are clever without being overwhelming, and the eerie soundtrack adds weight to every step. Each section feels thoughtfully made, with just the right amount of tension and mystery to keep things engaging. A short game, but it leaves a lasting impression through its bold aesthetic and strange, unsettling mood.
The fates brought us here.
God of Rock is a rhythm-based game in which artists strive for musical dominance on a worldwide stage. Players can pick from a dozen different combatants, each having its own design, mechanics, and harmonic attacks. The game has an infinite skill level with 40 unique tunes and 8 dynamic stages. Story mode, training mode, track editor, and locally ranked online multiplayer are all available to players. The game includes over 40 unique songs, 12 characters, and an infinite skill level. Super Chariot turns a simple concept into a clever and engaging puzzle platformer. The physics-based mechanics demand teamwork, precision, and timing, especially in co-op. Level design encourages exploration without feeling repetitive, and the visuals are vibrant with a whimsical art style. The humor lands well, and the challenge builds at a satisfying pace. Momentum and rope mechanics are surprisingly strategic, a smart choice for anyone who enjoys couch co-op and inventive traversal-based gameplay.
Shortage of ways to do it. Get your hands dirty.
Frontier charm radiates from every acre of this endearing ranching simulation set in the Old West. A hopeful homesteader tames wild land, raises cattle, and earns the trust of a small but growing town. Each day unfolds at an inviting pace, balancing fieldwork, animal care, and community building without feeling rushed. Upgrades to tools, land, and relationships gradually expand what each new season can hold. Soft pixel art and gentle acoustic tones complete the rustic mood. A tender, carefully crafted game that rewards those who savor the quieter things.
Exploring the wild, taking on bandits, or just maybe...
A land where only children live.
Sorrow and resilience intertwine in this somber tactical RPG about survival against impossible odds. A band of orphaned children wanders through a ravaged land, scavenging and fighting to endure another day. Turn-based combat carries real weight, where each decision could mean losing a companion permanently. Character bonds, class growth, and scarce resources deepen the stakes across every encounter. Muted, painterly visuals reinforce the melancholy atmosphere throughout. A quiet, powerful tale that treats its young cast with remarkable gravity and care.
Dangerous Wonderland.
MARSUPILAMI HOOBADVENTURE is an exciting new adventure set in Palambaya, where 3 Marsupilamis, Punch, Twister, and Hope, unintentionally release a curse upon all animals. The Marsupilamis are resistant to the spell, but they must face it to break it. An totally forgotten realm has reappeared. Introducing new hungry opponents and creative gaming aspects, players must complete 26 levels over the 3 basic worlds, as well as 10 more in the secret Dino world. The game offers gorgeous graphics, a bright art style, and fascinating soundtrack, as well as a new tough mode.